today Lisa is down in Dallas, so you have myself, Jessica, and Tyler here today. We are just going to talk about a few happenings here at Primitive Gatherings, and then Tyler has taken Debbie Maddy's class that is coming up in, what is it, August, I believe it is. So he is going to talk a little bit about what Debbie Maddy is going to do and how he has applied it to what he does here at Primitive Gatherings, and also tell you we have a class, so you can come and sign up and do your own thing. All right, how is everyone doing today? Looks like everyone is doing good. Suzanne, I am always so happy when I get to watch the live. She delayed leaving for retreat so she could watch. Well, thank you so much for staying with us today. Yes, Shibori, just wait. It's so awesome.
It is. It's an amazing thing.
All right. Hello, everyone. All right. If you guys have any questions, please make sure you put them in the comments here. Heidi will let us know if there's any questions. We'll try to pick that up as we see it. As you can see behind us, this is Oh Say Can You Sew. This, you got the last clue for this one. I believe it was on the 1st of the month, right, Heidi? And this is the finished project. Now, I have seen a couple of these up, and they've done them in different colorways, and they are awesome. There is somebody who has a blue, light blues and dark blues. Super, super cool. Love seeing those. So make sure you post those and let us know how you are doing on this quilt. Now, if you missed out on the clues for these, we do have them available still. I believe they are $5 purchases. Is what they are? They are $5 purchases, so you can get the clues. I'm guessing, so you can get, there are 5 clues total. So $25 for this pattern, which is a great price for this beautiful quilt. And I think this one was like, I think Lisa said she made this like, what was it, like 95 by 109 or something like that for her king size bed. But you can always make it however large you want. I believe she put in 10-inch borders on these to make it much bigger in that area. So let us know how you are doing. Let's see what we got here. Maureen said this is the favorite part of her summer break because she is able to watch the live. Well, hello. Thank you for joining us. Are you a teacher? Must be. That's awesome. All right. So we're going to talk about a couple things that are happening this week, and then we are going to go to Tyler, and he's going to show you all about Debbie Maddy and what she does. And we hope that you love it as much as we do and come and take a class with us. All right. So this weekend is our Purge and Splurge event. It is going to be on Saturday, the 8th, from 9 o'clock until 2 o'clock. So this is cash and check only. We have people coming in here selling kits, fabric, wool. I think Erica is going to be making some loaves of bread to sell. Plants. Didn't we have I think we had somebody who is a caramel or a candy maker. I believe she's coming in.
There's a woodworker last year. I know.
Was there?
With some bowls.
Okay.
Really cool, intricate spun bowls that were neat. Yeah.
I'm missing it again this year. I wanted to have a table and I completely forgot about it, but we're going camping.
Wow.
So
that's a win.
It's David's first time camping. This morning he woke up and he said, "We're going camping. We're going camping." I'm like, okay, only the way a little 4-year-old does his little wiggle and whatnot.
Are you bringing
I'm going camping.
Yeah.
Are you bringing the camping quilt?
Yep. So super excited for that. So Purge and Splurge is on Saturday. Then next week, Friday and Saturday, we still have a few more openings for Chessie and me. Come on in. She has that beautiful cross stitch that you see there. You will be getting to do. So come on and join her for that. Super excited to have another cross stitcher in here. And let's see what we got. I think, is Sipso Shop is this one filled?
You didn't tell me it was filled yet.
All right. So I'm guessing there's only a couple spots left for the summertime Sipso Shop and Stay.
Say it faster. Yeah, do it.
No. What is it? S to the 5th power? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. S to the 5th power we have going on. That is July 12th through July 13th. So you check in on Friday morning at 9 o'clock, and then you don't have to check out until Saturday until 3 o'clock for $200. So come, bring your friends, stay, have a great time, enjoy great food. And what else do we have? Homemade snacks. I believe you get a little wine tumbler for primitive gatherings. So come on down for that as well. And last but not least, oh wait, we had still an opening in Naughty and Nice, right? No more? Oh, it's filled up. Okay. I know we had a couple people that had to cancel.
Yeah, like on my way out the door last night.
Oh, okay. All right. So we are full with all of our summertime retreats with Lisa, but we do have the one with Debbie Maddy coming up. So let's talk to Tyler a little bit about Shibori.
Yeah. So I got the opportunity. Well, for those of you who don't know, I do all the in-house wool dyeing here. So any textures or anything, and Tina also dyes wool for us. So a couple of years ago now, Lisa approached me with the idea of possibly taking the class, and I was all for it. She let me do it during work, which was nice.
Fun.
But it was a very interesting class for me, and it's an indigo dyeing class. So, she focuses on a lot of folding techniques and different different tying, different techniques for indigo dyeing. And so that's a whole different process in itself. But it's not just indigo dyeing. I learned so much about textiles in general. I got to learn a lot about folding, which is not something you really think about until you're doing it and someone's teaching you how awesome it is.
Yeah, so when you're doing tie dyeing, it's more of like you're bunching everything up and putting the rubber band around it,
right.
Whereas in Shibori, it's more about the actual like precise folding.
Right, folding, and she does a really cool stitching technique where you grid out your stitches and you stitch the fabric you're going to dye, and that causes the resistance. So you actually get the pattern you stitched into whatever fabric you're dyeing.
Okay.
Debbie Maddy's class, she brings a lot of stuff. So we worked with silk. We had like some thin scarves. She doesn't like to do t-shirts because it gets to be a lot of people. It gets more intricate when you're dealing with silk and thinner materials. So she likes to teach based off that because that's the hardest material you'll work with. So she brings all that. She has the dyeing kit. It comes with the class comes with a ton of stuff. So it comes with the lecture. So she's there teaching. What I loved about was the group of people. You're there for 3 days, so you get to know these people, and it's normally people who are interested in textiles and interested in dyeing. So we actually brought
it's like a little collection of ideas that people go,
right.
Oh, we could do this, and then everyone's like, oh yeah, let's go.
And this is actually what started me tie dyeing. This is a piece I did in the class, and this is just a resistance piece she had with golf balls. So different resistances do different things, and those are something you learn in the class. Obviously, here at Primitive Gatherings, I deal with wool. So I was really interested in how indigo would interact with wool. And it was so interesting. But like I said, it's not just one texture. She teaches you so much about different textiles.
So this is one of Lisa's. So this is the silk.
Yep. So
that she did.
And this is exactly what she brings. So you get a couple pieces of this, a couple pieces of cotton. And so she goes through intricately how to do what you want to accomplish. So if you want to learn how to do a star, she'll help you get there. And she has so many different resistance shapes, like clamps. We were using.
Can you explain what resistance means?
So resistance, as far as dyeing goes, would be where the white shows up, right? So if you were to put, let's say this was a plexiglass star, and you fold your material how you want it, and then you put the star on here, and you get a clamp, and you apply pressure. The pressure is what gives you the resistance where you can see then what your pattern will be.
So your resistance is really like your outline or your design.
Your design, yeah. And then the pressure is what gives you which doesn't allow that indigo to seep in to your design. Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. So it really can get intricate. It's for beginners all the way up to experts. So if you already know a little bit, I promise you will learn something from Debbie. She taught me so much, and I'm excited for her to come back because at this point I have more questions. And we stay in touch on Instagram. And yeah, follow her on Instagram if you are interested in checking her out. Her Instagram is, let me find it here. Oh, Debbie, DEBBIE _ Maddy, MADDY. And you can just check out what she does. She has a lot of examples of beginners to experts and what she's all doing. And it's really cool.
And this one is a whole cloth, it looks like.
Yep. You get a couple of these. Gosh, this one is cool.
Kind of forget about what you did, right?
Yeah. I lost my mic. Yeah.
Tyler's super tall, so we were gonna get him a booster seat so his knees weren't up at his face.
Yeah. So this would be a great example of a resistance technique with folding. So this is a very intricate fold and then intricately placed resistance to get what you're seeing here.
Okay.
I mean, and it's unbelievable how beautiful some of this stuff comes out. The dyeing process in itself is very interesting to learn about. It's all natural. And this is the blue is oxidization. So you dip it and you take it out, and the more it hits the air, the deeper blue you get.
So is this all color fast then?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And all natural. So if you're allergic to any different dyes or this, you don't have to worry about anything like that.
So something like this, then they could send in or leave here, and it could be quilted and made into a quilt.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that would be very cool
That'd
to
be
do.
awesome.
Yeah. To do a whole, to quilt out a piece would be really neat.
Perfect.
Yeah. So, but as far as, that's what, I never tie-dyed anything before I took the class, and learning the folding techniques, and it's obviously a lot easier to fold with cotton and silk than it is with wool because wool is thick. Yeah. So I got into doing cotton and tie-dye, and we had tie-dye bundles and doing all sorts of different stuff, just trying to experiment with textiles. And it all started from Debbie Maddy's class. So if you are interested in the different arts of textiles, I mean, look at that. Who did that? Huh?
That's pretty cool.
Oof. Yeah. So you can take it in any direction you want, and if it interests you, you will learn something that's beneficial, regardless of the indigo shibori style. I mean, you obviously can carry on and keep doing it, and it's an incredible art. But there is no limit on what you can learn from her and what she in the class. I really enjoyed it, and I was lucky to be able to take it.
Cool.
Yeah.
I had a question and now I don't remember. Do we have any questions at all for anything?
Everybody's loving it.
Perfect. So these will be on comments sold afterwards here.
Yeah. Order them up.
So do you do any like custom tie-dyeing for anybody? Like if somebody has a sweatshirt?
Yeah. Or... Oh yeah. So I have, well, here's kind of some of the folding techniques I learned from a carryover from Debbie's class. So this is a fold technique I learned from her, and then used it to dye this shirt, right? So there's carryover beyond just indigo if you're interested in dyeing at all, anything. And then there's custom wool. If you guys, we have so many colors now that if you can't find one, it's pretty rare. But if there is something you're looking for specifically, I enjoy that challenge too. And it's always fun to experiment and do different things, so.
Luann wants to know, is there any heat used in what Debbie Maddy does?
No. Well, if it's warm outside, but usually it's, we're outside and you each got a bucket and you're sitting there and everybody's got what they folded, and the process is you dip it for 5 minutes at a time, and then obviously a little more intricate, and then you let it sit outside and let so the sun, if the sun is hitting it, and but no heat, nothing like that. As far as I know, that's different with natural and natural fibers and animal fibers, but for this it's the same process for both, for silk and wool, cotton. It's really interesting.
Okay. All right. And then I think I remember here. So this is a little bit, Lisa has a book on shibori.
Yes.
So it is a Japanese technique. Thank you. I'm like looking for the word. Japanese technique. And you can see it's more of the indigos, but they do have it in the red as well. So this is a pretty cool book.
Yeah. And I think Debbie has a pre-order on her new book, Discover Shibori. Yes. So yeah. And so you can pre-order that too if you're really interested and want to get a jump before the class and learn a little bit. You can go to her Instagram and get it there too.
Okay. And then Lisa did some hand dyeing of Valdani when she took the class. So I think this is probably pretty accurate as to how Valdani gets their colors too, variegated. Obviously not dipping the whole balls, but kind of the same process of dyeing the fibers as well.
And the variation of colors there you see all depends on how many times you wanted to dip that. So that's all done in the same vat, but dipped a different amount of times. So it's really crazy that you can get that different color variation of blues in one vat of the same dye, essentially. And
so cool. Like when you put the indigo in right away, it's going to be probably a little stronger than later on, or is it lighter and then?
So it depends on, it's the same vat, I think, over time, but that takes a vat lasts a long time. So this was probably dipped maybe 5 times.
Okay, whereas
this was dipped maybe once. Okay. And then also how long you let the oxygen hit the material. Okay. That helps deepen that blue as well. So it's an art in itself and so intricate. So and you'll learn a lot more from Debbie than you will from me, but I know I learned a ton.
Okay.
Yeah, it's from the class. So
awesome.
I think she traveled to Japan.
Yeah, she travels. Yep.
All
so
over.
She travels to Japan a lot and does different. I think she takes classes with the masters over in Japan and learns from them, learns their different techniques, and then she transfers that to her fabric. So she is a MODA designer, and she does. She will do her dipping and her dyeing, and then she transfers these to cotton fabrics that you see. And I think the indigo blooming, which is the one that we have now, that's her latest one, is more of, has more of like the stitching on it. It isn't as much this as it has been in the past, but it's what you would see with the stitching on the shibori versus it being, seeing the resistance.
Yeah, and that's a whole. If you love hand stitching, it's a great carryover for both arts, and if to do both. And the things she does with it, that's not something I got into, but there were a few of my classmates that spent all night stitching up intricate patterns, and they turned out so amazing.
So it's almost like crazy stitching on it, but then pulling all the crazy stitches out and seeing how it happens.
See
it
what
unfolds.
happens. Yeah, and
very cool.
What's nice about learning from Debbie is she can kind of help guide you to where you want to get to, what pattern you eventually want to, especially in the stitching category. She can really help you out. So
awesome. So once again, Debbie Maddy is coming to us Wednesday, August 21st through Sunday, August 25th. Now, you can come and lodge here at the gathering, or you can be just a walk-in student. That's fine. If you live close and you want to come and take the class, that's awesome. The only thing is about that is you do need to be here on Wednesday evening, because she is going to be doing an introduction to the class, just like I said, an introduction, so that she doesn't have to interrupt the class come Thursday. On Thursday, you guys can come in and jump right into doing those dyeing, doing that resistance. So I think that's going to be a very fun class.
It
for
is.
everyone.
It's a blast, and like I said, you're going to learn something. If it interests you and you want to learn, she's going to teach you something, and she's so generous with her knowledge.
Yeah, she's super cool.
I mean, really, I've sent her Instagram messages since class asking, multiple things, and she's always been very helpful. So,
and I think she's from Texas, so she's got that accent, and it's just. Oh,
yeah, you'll definitely enjoy it, and it's a great setting. For us, we got lucky; it was sunny the whole time, so we were out on the deck at the gathering, and it was just really pleasant. So
yes.
Speaking of the weather, someone asked earlier if there's anything special you need to do to dye during the winter time.
So be inside.
Yeah, it says how. So Julie says, how would you dye in the winter? I would say probably in your garage or your basement.
Yeah, if you have a little bit of space, you can build in. Maybe you also probably need some ventilation if you're running propane. Obviously, you don't want to be sitting in there enclosed area with gas running. But I utilize the snow when I dye. I like to snow dye all winter. And now that it's been raining so much, I've been doing rain dyeing.
Okay.
So you can. I mean, really, just get creative as long as it's can
utilize your environment and what you have around and what you got.
And it makes a difference. A snow dye is going to be different than if you bottle dye or if you pot dye. It's all different,
and your dyes too can change based on what's in your water too.
Yes.
So we used to have city water where we were originally, and you could always tell whether it was summer or it was winter because the dyes would change in color.
Well, even now, me being an in-house dyer here, and Tina she has her own dye studio. We were finding some of our colors here were coming out a shade or two different, and we had to zero that in, but. Yeah, it's such an intricate art, and you can keep learning forever on it. I imagine. I know I do. So,
I think one of the things too is, and I've showed Tyler too. If you on Instagram put in tie dyeing, you find I've showed you like that whole big cloth that somebody has done. I mean, once you hone in that technique,
it really is. If you fall in love with folding and I mean, it is something. Once you get it down and you understand colors and how they work, I mean, it's just fun. Never ending, and it's always fun when people offer custom work, because then it offers me a challenge to test what I can do. Yeah. I always say yes. So.
You have an Instagram, don't you?
Yes.
If they want to follow you.
Ty_dye vibes. So
is
TY.
There you go.
Yeah,
okay.
My name's Tyler, so I just. Little play on.
So is it just TY_ or TYE?
Yeah, TY_dye vibes. So if you want to follow me, I do post a lot of my wool stuff too on there. So I mean, we're constantly dyeing stuff here. It's never ending and a lot of fun. So we appreciate you guys ordering the wool for sure.
Yeah. Do you guys have any other questions for Tyler, or any questions that we can't answer here? I know somebody asked about backing options for Osei Can You Sew. We do have some American Gatherings 2 left over. We don't have a ton. So if you would like to order them, you can find that on our website. Type in American Gatherings and you can do it that way. Somebody asked, Anne, I think, asked if it was cold here. It's actually doing a downturn. So the other last 2 days, it was sunny and rainy. So it was super, super hot. And today it's overcast and windy. So it's windy. Just a little, I have a short sleeve shirt underneath this one, but you're in the air conditioning. So
yeah, it is nice. Yeah. I'm not dyeing wool today. So it's nice up here. You guys are living in luxury.
Yeah. Sometimes it's too cold. That's why they have heaters in the other room.
Yeah. So.
Any information on the rug punching classes for August? Oops, sorry.
There you go.
We do have that. I think Heidi has posted that on Facebook and a flyer. So we have 2 teachers that are certified McGowan teachers. I have 2 different classes, so rug hooking classes are slightly different. We have 2 classes that will be running simultaneously and 2 sessions. So you can pick the first session if you would like and choose from either class. They are 3 days long a piece. Or you can do could do one the first 3 days and one the second 3 day, or one in the second session as well if you wanted to do it that way. You can do lodging. We have lodging available as well. There'll be kits, but it'll be Susie and it'll be Katie Puckett. As Lisa said last time, one of our teachers had to bow out, unfortunately, so hopefully next year we can bring her in, but we do have these 2 that will be here in August. August? August.
I know, right?
I'm like, oh,
August.
yeah.
Wait, here's that last question.
Oh, did you dye? Michelle asked, did you dye the Halloween wool last year?
I did. Yeah. That was honestly, I had an extra yard of natural soaking, and I just did something with it. And Lisa walked by and was like, "Hey, I'm taking this," and she made what she made. So,
okay.
Yeah, kind of a play off of each other. Which was fun. That I love doing stuff like that. That's
why it might have taken a little bit longer in order to get you the kits, because everything has to have a little bit more love and care with the.
Yeah, it's a little bit more. I mean, it's a 3-color dye within, or 4-color dye within that wool, so it is a little bit more intricate. And gosh, that those orders just kept coming in, so I felt like I was doing those for a while, but. Like I said, I love doing those, and the switch up is nice. It's just, it's a fun switch up. And so I was excited when Lisa pulled it, and you never know what she's going to do, so
right.
It's like, it's always exciting to see the next step of the process. And then to see you guys doing it's really neat to watch.
Fun.
Yeah.
I see somebody said, I wish we could do it on Zoom. Something we're working for 2025. It definitely won't be this year, but there's a lot of things that go into it that we have to figure out.
Right. And
we're all self-taught here. We don't,
no one went to media school.
Nobody went to media school.
Yeah. But that's a great idea, and something worth working towards if possible.
Yep.
Definitely.
All right. Any other questions that we may have today? I have Heidi has been taking some winners. We will find some fun. Maybe Debbie Maddy, Shibori, or some tie-dye something. Oh, yeah. Fun. Let's see. Anything else at all today before we sign off? We will be having a comment sold after this. I have some new items available. Remember, I think last week Lisa showed, oh no, she didn't. Do you want to grab the mat that's sitting up there that's new? The 2 that should be on the end there. Yep. I know she said we were working on a couple things. So we're doing something to update a couple of our mats. And this was the original mat for Just Picked. And look how much that changes for the background. So we do have these available. Look at that. Super awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. I love the way how just changing one color completely changes the look of a mat. Wow. So we do have this available coming up on Comment Sold, and a couple other new items for you all. So please make sure you tune in to Comment Sold with us after this. Everyone knows what Comment Sold is, right? You guys have all signed up? Right? Right? It's QVC for quilters. It's super easy. It's no longer us saying, hey, here's this, go find this over here. And you have to do this maze of trying to navigate the website. We have things where we talk about the product and we answer any questions you guys have, whether it be about the product or something else completely different. It's just a nice open communication between you guys and us, and just having a little get together. That's nice. All right. That, I guess, will be all then. We will see you. Is there another question?
No, there's 3 winners you didn't.
Oh, yeah. I totally forgot about that. I suppose you guys want to know the winners, right? All right. It's this one. This is the reason why. Quilt squirrel. That's me. Quilt squirrel. Ah! This is great. So the 3 winners today are Quilt Squirrel, Anita Hyman, and Tana Rafael. I think it's Tana Rafael. Yep. I know 2 of these names. I don't know Quilt Squirrel, but I would like to know who Quilt Squirrel is because this is awesome. Heidi will be putting together prizes for you guys. So make sure you email her at the email address that is below so that you can get those out to her. All right. Well, thank you so much, Tyler, for joining us today.
Thank you, guys.
I hope you guys enjoyed this. And please sign up for Debbie Maddy. I know we have a few spots left over, but this is a once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing, too. Sky's the limit with what you can do with it.
It really is. And I promise you, like I said, if you're interested at all in textiles, pull the trigger and come to the class. You'll learn a ton and get as much out of it as you want. So absolutely.
Awesome. All right, you guys have a wonderful weekend and have a beautiful day. And remember, every stitch tells a story.